It's hard to see right now, it's a little dark outside, but right behind me, a tree is where it's not supposed to be, in somebody's home due to the heavy rainfall and heavy winds. According to employees of Edgewater Insurance, a building that is right next door to this alley, the alley which I'm standing in right now is where the body was found. The city of Kearney is looking to make a whole bunch of new developments and bringing new people into the community, but the newest development at the moment is locked up. Indeed. Oh, he just smacked me in the face. You know what? At this point, Sarah, you should call me G. Irwin or Gary Irwin, because right in my hand is my buddy Simon. He's a 2-year-old alligator, but he has some bigger friends behind me. This is what families are dealing with tonight. A confirmed tornado ripping through Keith County Thursday night, leaving 100 homes damaged and 22 buildings destroyed. Last year, 80 firefighters lost their lives in the line of duty. One of them was my Uncle Wayne. David Kaufman passed away in Grand Island in 1969, but his legacy lives on, with a documentary being made on his life coming in summer 2024, premiering at the theater he once owned, the Grand Theater. Like chicken. This is good. Wait a minute. I feel like my life has been a lie. This is so good. Listen, nice weather. Take a cruise. Why not? Today, 68 degrees. Tomorrow, 71 degrees. And then going into Thursday, a little bit windy, but still relatively nice with temperatures at 65 degrees. A Wood River house explosion leaves one person injured and another unaccounted for, along with 2 homes completely destroyed and dozens others damaged. Residents of Tradewinds Marina at Sherman Reservoir say they have a sewage problem. People claim a lift station used to move wastewater has been leaking sewage water multiple times over the past year. And they say it's getting into the reservoir where people fish, boat, and swim.
There is no sewage going into the lake. The lift station pumps a processed water already. There is no things that you would think about in a sewer system that are pumped in that.
Gary Myers, who lives there, claims he and others have voiced concerns for 3 years.
The alarm went off 3 or 4 years ago, and raw sewage, because the pumps quit working for some reason, and it dumped raw sewage into the lake for 3 weeks.
Fast forward to Memorial Day weekend. The lift station was shut down again, and more leaking sewage water showed up. Myers says this is the second time the Nebraska Department of Environment and Energy was called about the lift station, with the first happening in the fall. That's when an inspection report was filed.
Mark's also said that it's been taken care of. No, it's been temporarily taken care of.
Last October, we had a lightning incident and took out one of the pump motors, and I took out the main breaker, repaired that. And about a week later, the controller went out. That's not stuff that people have on the shelf, so you have to order it. And then this last incident was another lightning storm, and tripped out the main breaker on the pumps. And as soon as I was notified, I rectified the situation.
There has never been a lightning strike at the lift station, even the one last fall. We're in the process now going through the National Weather Service to prove that there was no power outage or surge.
Kruger says that he contacted the NDEE about the latest incident. The report says, quote, the lift station was operational and not discharging outside of the building during the site visit. There was some standing water to the west of the lift station. We did not observe any odors or films on the standing water. Last weekend, I went back to Tradewinds Marina. As I was filming, I did smell an odor that seemed like sewage. Also in the report, the inspector says they received a text message saying that a plumber who responded to the overflow said that there was an issue with the check valve, saying, quote, the plumber stated that one of the check valves failed and plugged the line going to the pump, which causes the pump to fail.
They put a check valve in that isn't pressure rated, and that's per the plumber that did the work, that says it's not rated for the pressure pounds that it's supposed to be.
In the meantime, citizens are still worried about the sewage water getting into the Sherman Reservoir. The NDEE told me that they did do recent testing of the water, saying both weeks' E. coli levels were below what is considered a health concern. But we are not done with this story yet. Residents have even more concerns, and we allowed the property manager, Mark Kruger, to speak on them. For NTV News, I'm Gary Robinson, Jr. Hundreds gathering in the gym with excitement in the air. Here it comes! Here it comes! All wanting the answer to one question. What's inside the time capsule that's over 100 years old?
The elementary kids, that's all they talked about all day. It's like, what are we doing? When are we doing this? When are we doing this?
The time capsule, a surprise discovery. Demolition crews finding it in the cornerstone of the old Elm Creek Elementary School, and the big reveal couldn't come soon enough.
3, 2, 1. What is that?
With impressive foresight to preserve what's inside, the year was 1922 after all. Those who prepared the time capsule sealed all the contents in a bed of wax. And bit by bit, the wax was chipped away to reveal the treasures, all in near perfect condition. A newspaper, a petition.
It's a petition for bond election.
Wow.
So to be able to get the bond to pass the new school, they had to have a petition with enough signatures, and it looks like it has all the signatures.
A poll book, names seeing the light of day after 100 years. Names of people whose families still are around in the Elm Creek community.
Well, I was excited to come today because my grandfather was a member of the first graduating class of the new building, Ben Siebenauer, and I recognized several of his classmates that were listed that also graduated with him, so I was very excited to come and see really what was in the time capsule.
Much is still to be discovered on why this capsule was built and what are the next steps in this community and why certain things were included.
This is the beginning. This is the beginning of doing further research. I know the school district here wants to put them on display somehow, one way or another. There's some other things that we have to dive into in terms of looking at lists of names, how there's just a lot more to go as far as research and our connection to the school district.